Okay, welcome in everyone to the new chapter, and we actually have a lot to talk about. As you guys know, I'm gonna talk about the biggest thing first, but before we hop into anything, make sure you throw in code KenBeans when you buy the battle pass. You know by now, it helps a ton. Okay, so I speak for everyone when I say that Epic completely fooled us all. We had almost a full year of duos last chapter, and everyone thought by the time that this chapter would come out that it's either gonna be solos or trios. Just this morning, we all found out that FNCS is now duos. Yep, you heard that right. I don't know what we're gonna be doing, me and Jivin wise, because I'm not sure if we should duo or we should not duo. I was completely thrown off by this, and when I woke up at 7 a.m. to play this, Jivin messaged me literally 1 minute after, and he's like, yo, are we doing? I honestly have no idea. Let me know what you guys think down below if it's the right move or not. But there's a lot of new things added to this chapter. As you guys probably know, by the time I release my videos in the new seasons and the new chapters and stuff, I'm like semi late, so I'm not gonna point out every little thing and new tip and trick because chances are you probably seen it already. But I'm gonna run through some of the cool features that I really like and how I think it's gonna affect competitive. Now, just a heads up, the new chapter came out, right? And Arena is not out yet. But good news is, if you don't know already, is that the hype is already going to be reset when it does come out. So you don't have to, there's no like 2-week, delay or whatever like previous seasons. Every new chapter, they always reset the arena points right away. But yeah, so with that in mind, I don't exactly know the loot pool that's in arena, but I would say I have a fairly good guess. For example, there's a lot of mechanical bows, primal bows, that, remember the stink bows, the explosive bows, those are in pubs, but I am fairly certain that those are not going to be in arena. So you don't have to worry about that if you're an arena player. So the major thing that was added to this chapter was the slap juice. This stuff is no joke. It is seriously really good to have at your POI when you're thinking about making a drop. How it works when you pop it, it gives you 15 shield and it gives you unlimited stamina for a certain amount of time. I feel like it's around 20 seconds. So your mobility is going to be crazy. So any duo, any solo with the new solo cash cups that have been added, by the way, it's only winners only that cash out now. Those people with the slap barrels, slap juice at their spawn are gonna run through their POI so quickly and loot everything with the swiftness. So it's gonna be a major advantage for people that have slap juice there. Pros are already efficient looters if you think about it, but when you add that into the mix, it's gonna be a whole nother ball game to being really quick and getting to their surge spots. Going off the movement thing, the coolest thing that I think they added this little new mechanic is you being able to mantle over stuff. It's just a quick little mantle. When I run and jump over stuff, it just hurdles you over it. It helps you keep your momentum, and it's super smooth feeling. Now, everyone knows that dirt bikes are now in the game, right? But how useful do you really think they might be in competitive? I think that the dirt bikes are good, but I'm not sure in really stacked lobbies how that's gonna work because you're really exposed. You can't go far with that. When it comes to this chapter, it's a W. The fact that they got splashes, they got shield kegs, they got big pots minis, the med mist is still in the game. There's still so much heals, and this is one actually really cool thing that I found out when I was playing. So when you play throughout the game, I'm not sure what button it is on controller, but on keyboard you press 7 and it brings up this little thing on the right side of your screen and you can pick different attributes. Now, one of the times I was able to use something where I got more splashes from anything I opened. I opened up an ammo crate, like one of those small green ones, and I got 1 splash from it. That is crazy. That is so good. I'm so happy that's in the game. Stuff like that is really going to help you go from shambles to not shambles. Now, this one thing I saw, I'm not sure if many people know about this because it's kind of rare, I would imagine. There was like this little rift in the air, and what happened was I just walked right into it and boom, it spawned like 3 splash containers. It spawned an NPC as well, and I was really taken off guard. This is absolutely sick. Now, there is a ton of new POIs on the map. The map is obviously completely brand new. What I recommend to you guys, especially if you play competitive, is to discover the whole map. After you discover the whole map and you're trying to find the landing spot, I would 100% make sure that you pick a spot with the slap juice. Going completely off topic, going to another thing, there's this wind tunnel sort of thing on top of these mountains. This is another cool feature that they added, and if you run, like your feet are on the ground, then you don't fly up into the air, but the second you jump, you go in the direction of the wind. They got rid of balloons, but they always find new ways to add in movement. Also, the other cool thing is the jellyfish. These things are absolutely sick. I was so thrown off guard when I saw these for the first time. You can jump on them, or you can can shoot them. Sometimes though, I'm not sure how this works. When I shot one, it launched me away from them. And then other times when I jump on them, they give me shield. It's 20 shield per jellyfish, by the way. Now, you already know people like Raider were just hopping right into creative, and he was trying to test out some new stuff. One thing he found is that when you crouch phase builds through the wall, this was a tip that people talked about a lot last season, and I was always teaching it in my videos. You could do it without even crouching. Now, apparently you could just stand up just like Raider's doing on screen right now and just get all these builds in super quick. This, in my opinion, it's got to get patched. There's no way that this doesn't get nerfed, or at least go back to the crouching method. So what are my favorite guns at the moment? The Thunder Shotgun and obviously the Scar. Also, I know for a fact that this hammer type thing that's been added to the game, if this is in arena, everyone is going to be picking this up because you can move around so quickly. And if you were thinking about it in an end game, all you have to pretty much do is use one or two of these and you box up, and then you just went across the whole zone. That is going to be the absolute meta. But I will say, now when it comes to the new shotties, these are my 2 cents about it. The shotguns can do 200 damage. I know the gold one can. I'm not sure about the purple one. They're really inconsistent damage, but I will say it's a brand new season, brand new day, brand new chapter. Of course, I'm not going to be the best with it, but I was hitting 30s, 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 50s, 50s, like non-stop. There were times where I got it to hit really hard though, which was good and I'm happy about, but I probably need a little bit more practice before I knock the shotgun. Now, I don't know what the loophole is in arena, but there was RPGs, there's bows and all that stuff. I'm fairly confident that that's not going to be in competitive. Also, same thing with the impulse. I feel like they're going to keep it really, really simple. That's why I feel like they're not going to add the shockwave hammer in arena or anything, because it's just super overpowered. I feel like that's a pubs thing. If it does though, I'm going to be hyped, at least for the first time we tried out, because it's going to be a hectic endgame. The things I'm honestly most excited about is how they mixed like old POIs with the new POIs. So we got names like Slabby Shores, Frenzy Fields, and also they made the snowy part of the map feel like how it was in chapter 1. I'm not gonna lie, this chapter has just kind of been real nostalgic. One of the minor things you may not have picked up on is that footsteps sound different, chests sound different, and just like I feel like there's a lot of new noises in the game, which is super satisfying. One thing I did notice was the way that the builds break, they also sound different, which is pretty cool. When you get in the game, listen to some of that stuff and let me know what you think down below. Don't forget, code KenBeans with the battle pass mean a lot. I'm going to be trying posting content every day, and I have a big tip video coming up soon. So if you want to know good tips about chapter 4, hit the sub button. It's been your man Ken, and I'll see you in the next vid. Peace.